All right, we are going to make the easiest and tastiest keto peanut butter cookies you will ever make. 3 ingredients, as you can see here, all we have is creamy peanut butter, eggs, and sweetener of choice. We're only going to use 1 egg, 1 cup of peanut butter, and a 1/2 cup of our sweetener. Okay, so I've scooped out 1 cup of the creamy peanut butter. Don't tell my husband, but I had to break into one of his jars because I had used it all. I like this Walmart brand organic, let's focus, there we go, Great Value organic creamy peanut butter, because it only has 1 net carb per 2 tablespoons. And most peanut butters that you will find out there in the market, even if they don't have added sugars or anything, you will still notice that they have more than 1 net carb, which is why we opt for the Walmart brand. I also have a 1/2 cup of my sweetener, which today I've chosen the Lakanto monk fruit sweetener with erythritol. We buy this at our local Costco, so it's pretty affordable for a pretty decent sized bag. Swerve is great as well. Whatever you have on hand or whatever you prefer, totally fine. Okay, so in my mixing bowl, I have the 1 cup of peanut butter, the 1/2 cup of sweetener, and 1 egg. I'm just gonna mix them up till they're combined really well, and then we will add them to the baking sheet. Now I've got all the ingredients thoroughly incorporated, the peanut butter, the sweetener, and the egg, and we're just going to take a 1-inch cookie scoop, looks like an ice cream scoop, and we're going to just make some dollops on our cookie sheet before we flatten them out with the traditional peanut butter cookie crosshatch pattern. Okay, so we're gonna take 1 scoop and dollop. I usually put about 8 to 10 on a cookie sheet. Let's see how many this will make. They aren't going to rise, they aren't going to spread like a traditional cookie, so you don't have to worry if they look too close together. You don't have to make sure that they're separated by any distance really, because they're not going to spread. All right, we've got 6. Now the famous fork tine press, as I like to call it. We're going to press down and cross. And you're just making the traditional peanut butter cookie pattern that you've probably seen on every peanut butter cookie since you were a child. I'm going to do that. All right, so we've preheated the oven to 350 degrees. I've got my first tray in. I'm just going to add my second tray. We're going to let these cook. I usually keep an eye on them. I'm going to go for, let's say, 7 minutes to start. And then once we get to the end, I'm going to check on them. If they start to look slightly browned around the edges, that's when I pull them out. So let's see what happens. 7 minutes is up, so we're just going to take a peek. I'm probably going to let them stay in there for another minute or 2. Just check on them real quick, because I don't really see much browning around the edges yet. So just keep an eye on them. And if you've heard any barking in the background, these two are the culprit. Are you causing trouble? Yeah, yeah. Okay, let's take a look. I'm gonna pull them out for you. All right, I see some browning around those crumbly edges. Not much on the top shelf though. One more minute. Okay, we're gonna come on out and cool. The trick with these cookies is I like to let them cool on the tray. If you were to take them off of the cookie tray right now, they would be mush. So we're gonna let them cool completely, and as soon as we're done, I will show you guys the consistency and we'll have a taste test.